My name is Oliver Bryant, and this is my Week 4 Assignment 1 for FTT 104, the detailed strip of a firearm of our choosing. This is the firearm that I will be detailed stripping today. This is my XDM Elite Compact, and before I go any further, I'm going to make sure this firearm is clear and safe for this presentation. I will remove feed source, the magazine is empty, and then I will check the action and make sure there's nothing in the chamber. I'll visually and physically check, making sure this firearm is safe to detail strip. I'm going to be going through everything, starting with the field stripping process and then the detailed strip of everything. I am on limited time of 8 minutes, so I'm doing this on a time lapse to just help consolidate everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you. Basic field strip state. I'm going to go ahead into a detail strip where I'm going to disassemble everything. The only thing I will not be covering is the ejector because I need a specialty tool, which I do not have. I will not be taking out the magazine release or any parts of the sear back here because I did that once and it did not end well because the backstrap safety also aligns with the springs. So I have close to 4 different springs in this small sear assembly right here, and the ejector and everything. And there's semi-flush fit pins in there that are a pain to deal with. So I'm not comfortable with doing that in the time that I have. This is about as far as I'm going to be able to get with the slide without getting any specialty tools for the extractor. There's other things I can take out, like the chamber indicator, which I don't feel comfortable with because that's under pretty good spring tension and there's a lot of smaller parts. I will not be removing these sights, and I think that's just about everything on the slide that I can take off at this time with what I got. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the frame now. This is as far as I will be going. I did have to take out this one pin at the back, as you can see, to just get this one sear to flex a little bit more so I can get the trigger bar out from under it. But this is as far as I'll be going with the slide, and I will go ahead and start to reassemble everything. The lower put back together. I forgot how complex these little XDMs can be because you have a takedown bar right here, and hindsight's 2020. I put all the parts in a magnetic tray. I separated between the trays, for the slide and for the frame. I didn't think about it magnetizing the parts, so that's why I had a little bit of trouble putting everything back together, just because the parts were trying to either pull to one another or push against one another. So this is the frame done, and now we'll move on to the slide. Takedown lever while I took this out before I got the other magnetics tray, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this in real quick and then continue with the slide. Detailed strip all completed with both separate pieces. We'll go ahead and fully reassemble the firearm and then do a light functions test. I will not be using any live ammunition in the functions test, but I'll go ahead and get that done, and then I'll show the tools in which I use to complete this. I'm going to do a light functions test. I'll make sure that the magazine catch still works. This is an empty magazine. I'll make sure that the slide will catch by its own, which it does. I'll remove the magazine. I will send the slide home. Slide stayed in place, and then I will test. I have a striker indicator here on the back, and I will make sure that everything, the firearm is clear. No live ammunition. Visually and physically inspect. There's nothing in there. I'll do a functions test. Make sure I hear a click, and the striker indicator just drops, which it does, and I'll test the trigger reset. Trigger resets. It does, and sear disengages. So, to the extent of my knowledge, until I do a true field test with live ammunition, to the extent of my knowledge, this firearm is fully functional and safe to hit the range. This was Oliver Bryant, and this was my FTT 104 Week 4 Assignment 1. Thank you for watching.